Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that every burden you've ever carried, your fears, insecurities, regrets, and failures, could vanish, not because the world changed, but because you did. Picture a life where no insult can break you, no failure can defeat you, and no loss can unhinge your peace. What if I told you that such mastery is not only possible, but has been practiced for thousands of years? This is the promise of Stoicism, a path to reclaiming yourself, and through that, your life. Today, I will take you through the steps to fix what's broken, to transform chaos into clarity, and to unlock a version of yourself you never thought possible. This guide isn't just about survival, it's about transcendence. By the end of this video, you won't just understand Stoicism, you'll feel an inner fire to start living it. And when you're ready, I'll tell you what comes next. So before we dive in, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss the next chapter of this journey, a journey that will completely shift how you see the world and yourself. The shackles of emotion. We live in a world where emotions rule us. Every day we are bombarded with feelings that seem beyond our control. Anger when someone disrespects us, fear when we face the unknown, jealousy when others succeed, and sadness when life doesn't go as planned. These emotions often govern our decisions, cloud our judgment, and dictate our peace of mind. The Stoics, however, taught us that these destructive emotions are not an unavoidable part of human nature. They are choices, and as choices, they can be unmade. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful figures in history, understood this well. He wrote, "It is not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. In essence, it is not the external world that causes us pain, but our interpretation of it. When someone insults you, it isn't their words that hurt you, it's your decision to internalize them, to take them personally, and to allow them to disrupt your inner peace." The Stoics believed that the key to freedom lies in how we respond to external events, not in the events themselves. This is the essence of Stoic emotional mastery, recognizing that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can always control how we react. But how do we start to regain this control? First, we must accept the idea that emotions are not forces beyond our will. They are habits, ingrained responses to the world around us. And just like any habit, they can be reshaped with intention. The Stoics taught that to overcome destructive emotions, we must practice what they called virtue, the discipline of living according to reason, not impulse. When anger rises, instead of lashing out, we pause. Instead of reacting with defensiveness, we reflect. We remind ourselves that the anger itself is not a reflex of our being. It is a learned reaction, a temporary storm that will pass if we let it. This practice is not easy, but it is liberating. The more we exercise control over our emotions, the more we develop a sense of inner strength. We no longer feel helpless in the face of life's difficulties. Instead, we stand firm, like a mountain that remains unmoved no matter how fierce the storm. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, put it succinctly. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. And in that response lies our true power. The Stoic journey, therefore, begins with this fundamental shift, realizing that we are not our emotions, and through reason and discipline, we have the ability to transcend them. The world will continue to test us, but we will no longer be slaves to its whims. We become the masters of our inner world. The illusion of control. Most of our suffering stems from one simple fact. We try to control what we cannot. We want the weather to be perfect, the traffic to move faster, and people to act according to our expectations. But the Stoics knew better. They taught that the key to peace lies in understanding one crucial distinction: what is within your control and what is not. Epictetus summarized this perfectly. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. What is up to you? Your thoughts, your actions, your choices. What is not? Everything else. The weather, the economy, other people's opinions. These are outside your influence. To worry about them is not only futile, but self-destructive. Think about the last time you were frustrated. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, or your boss criticized you unfairly. Did your anger improve the situation? Did it give you more control, or did it make you feel worse? The Stoics would say that by reacting emotionally, you handed over your power. You allowed external events to dictate your inner state. To fix your life, you must reclaim that power. This begins with radical acceptance, not passive resignation, but an active acknowledgement of reality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have to accept whatever comes, and the only important thing is that you meet it with courage and with the best you have to give." When you accept what you cannot control, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. This practice is not easy. It requires you to let go of deeply ingrained habits of blame and complaint. But imagine the freedom that comes with it. Imagine walking through life unaffected by the chaos around you. No more wasted energy on things you cannot change. Instead, all your focus, all your strength is directed toward what you can change, yourself. And here's the secret. As you master this distinction, you'll begin to notice something extraordinary. The less you try to control the uncontrollable, the more control you gain over your own life. Your actions become sharper, your decisions wiser, and your mind clearer. This is not just a shift in perspective, it is a transformation in how you live. Building an inner fortress. Imagine yourself as a fortress, walls unbreakable, a foundation unshakable. This is the ultimate goal of Stoicism, to build an inner fortress so strong that no external force can breach it. But how do you construct such a fortress? The answer lies in discipline, reflection, and unwavering principles. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, wrote, "No man is free who is a slave to his body. This does not mean denying yourself all pleasures, but mastering them. Think about your habits. Are they building your fortress or weakening it? Every indulgence, every moment of procrastination, every surrender to temptation chips away at your walls. To fix yourself, you must rebuild these walls, brick by brick, through self-discipline. Begin with your morning. How do you start your day? Do you rush into it, overwhelmed by tasks and distractions? Or do you take a moment to center yourself? Marcus Aurelius began each day by reminding himself of the challenges he would face. Today you will meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and unsocial. But I have seen the beauty of good, and I will not let them harm me. This simple practice sets the tone for the day, reinforcing your inner strength before the world can test it. Reflection is another cornerstone of your fortress. At the end of each day, pause and ask yourself, what did I do well? What could I have done better? This is not about self-criticism, but self-improvement. Seneca advised keeping a mental journal, reviewing each day as though you were a judge, not an executioner. This habit sharpens your awareness, helping you learn from your experiences and grow stronger with each passing day. Finally, your fortress needs guiding principles, your North Star. These are the values you refuse to compromise, no matter what. Honesty, courage, humility, choose them wisely and let them guide your actions. When you live by principles, your life gains clarity and purpose. You no longer react to life, you act according to what matters most. But this is just the beginning. Your fortress is built not in isolation, but through challenges. And in the next chapter, we'll explore how to face these challenges with unwavering strength. So make sure you've subscribed. We're just getting started. Turning adversity into strength. Life is not easy. It is relentless, unpredictable, and often cruel. But the Stoics taught us a profound truth. Adversity is not your enemy, it is your greatest teacher. Every setback, every failure, every moment of suffering holds the potential for growth. The question is, will you embrace it or let it break you? Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This isn't just a poetic phrase, it's a radical way of viewing the obstacles in your life. Imagine every challenge you face as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Each one is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve, refine your character, and prove your resilience. Take failure, for example. Most of us fear it, avoid it, and let it define us when it happens. But the Stoics saw failure differently. They saw it as a mirror, reflecting back your weaknesses so you could address them. Epictetus advised, "Difficulties show what men are. Therefore, when a difficulty falls upon you, remember that God, like a trainer of wrestlers, has matched you with a rough young man." In other words, your struggles are not punishments, they are workouts for your soul. This perspective transforms how you live. When adversity strikes, instead of asking, "Why me?" you ask, "What can I learn?" When life tests you, you meet it with gratitude, not despair. You begin to see every challenge as a gift, every hardship as a chance to become stronger. This mindset doesn't just help you survive adversity, it helps you thrive because of it. But turning adversity into strength is not just about perspective, it's about action. It's about taking the lessons life throws at you and using them to rebuild yourself. When you lose something or someone you love, Stoicism teaches you to focus on what remains. When you face rejection, it teaches you to look inward and find your worth. When the world knocks you down, it teaches you to stand up taller than before. Yet, there's a deeper truth here. Adversity doesn't just reveal your strength, it builds it. Each time you overcome a challenge, you're not just proving your resilience, you're expanding it. You're growing into the person you're meant to be. And this growth is what leads us to the next step in our journey, the art of living with purpose. Now that you understand the path, the power, and the purpose behind Stoic philosophy, the question is, will you walk it? The Stoics did not merely talk of wisdom, they lived it, breathed it, and became it. Each day was a battle for their peace, their integrity, and their strength, and each day they conquered it. The same is possible for you. By applying these timeless teachings, you can fix what's broken, heal what's hurting, and emerge not just stronger, but transformed. But remember, this is only the beginning. The next chapter in your journey awaits. Don't let this moment slip away. Subscribe now, because the next step will take you even deeper into the art of living a life of purpose, power, and unshakable peace.